First light. The quantum core of the ESS Prometheus hummed to life, its crystalline lattice pulsing with an otherworldly blue glow that rippled through the ship's neural networks. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the bridge's observation deck, her reflection ghosting against the reinforced transparent steel as Earth's orbital shipyards slowly receded from view. Quantum core stabilization at 99.9%, reported Dr. Marcus Wong from his engineering station. The new containment algorithms are performing beyond expectations, Captain. Sarah nodded, allowing herself a small smile. The Prometheus represented humanity's greatest achievement, the first vessel powered by quantum entanglement technology. At 3 kilometers in length, its sleek graphene alloy hull housed enough computing power to rival a small planet. Status report from all sections, she commanded, turning to face her bridge crew. Weapons systems online. Lieutenant Kira Patel responded from tactical, her augmented fingers dancing across the holographic interface. Shield harmonics synchronized with quantum frequencies. Life support optimal, added Dr. Elena Rodriguez, the ship's chief medical officer. Crew vital signs all within normal parameters despite the quantum field exposure. One by one, each department reported ready. The Prometheus carried a crew of 500 scientists, soldiers, and specialists selected from every nation on Earth. They had trained together for 2 years, preparing for humanity's first true deep space expedition. Navigation plots confirmed, announced Commander James Wilson, Sarah's first officer. We're ready for quantum jump initiation on your mark. Sarah took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment. Humanity had achieved faster-than-light travel through conventional means decades ago, but quantum jumping was different. It would allow them to traverse vast distances instantly by exploiting the fundamental fabric of space-time itself. Initiate countdown sequence, she ordered. All hands, prepare for quantum jump. The ship's AI began the countdown, its measured voice echoing through every compartment. Sarah gripped the railing of her command station, watching as the final preparations were made. Unknown signal detected, Lieutenant Patel suddenly announced, her augmented eyes widening. It's quantum in nature, Captain. Unlike anything in our database. Source. Calculating now. Patel frowned at her displays. This can't be right. It's coming from the Carina Nebula, over 7,000 light-years away. But the signal strength, it's as if it's being broadcast directly to us. Put it through analysis, Sarah ordered, her heart racing. The bridge fell silent as the ship's quantum computers processed the mysterious transmission. The holographic display materialized in the center of the bridge, showing complex patterns that pulsed with an almost organic rhythm. Dr. Wong moved closer, his cybernetic implants scanning the data. It's definitely artificial, he confirmed. The complexity suggests technology far beyond our current understanding. And Captain, it just started broadcasting exactly when we powered up our quantum core. Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. The timing couldn't be coincidental. Somehow, whatever was sending this signal knew about the Prometheus and its capabilities. The signal. It's changing, Patel reported. The holographic patterns shifted, transforming into a series of mathematical equations that made Sarah's eyes widen in recognition. They were quantum mechanics formulas, but far more advanced than anything humanity had developed. They're showing us how to modify our quantum drive. Dr. Wong breathed, his augmented mind already processing the implications. These equations, they would increase our efficiency by at least an order of magnitude. It's an invitation, Sarah realized aloud. They're asking us to come to them. The bridge crew exchanged glances, the weight of the moment palpable in the air. This wasn't just first contact, it was a test. How humanity responded would shape their species' future among the stars. Sarah straightened in her command chair, her decision already made. The Prometheus had been built for this, to push the boundaries of human exploration, to take risks in the name of progress. Dr. Wong, begin implementing these modifications to the quantum drive. Commander Wilson, plot a course to the signal's origin. Lieutenant Patel, I want a full analysis of that signal's contents. As her crew sprang into action, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, evaluated. The Prometheus wasn't just Earth's greatest achievement anymore. It had become humanity's ambassador to the stars. Unknown to them, this moment would mark the beginning of humanity's greatest adventure, one that would challenge everything they thought they knew about their place in the universe. The modified quantum drive hummed with newfound power as they prepared for their first jump. Sarah watched the final countdown begin, knowing that whatever awaited them in the Carina Nebula would change humanity forever. Quantum jump in 3, 2, 1. The universe bent around them, and the ESS Prometheus leaped into history. The awakening. Reality snapped back into focus as the ESS Prometheus emerged from its quantum jump. The bridge crew blinked away the disorientation, their augmented systems adjusting to normal spacetime. Before them, the Carina Nebula painted the void in sweeping brushstrokes of crimson and gold. Position confirmed, Commander Wilson announced, checking the navigation data. We've arrived exactly at the signal's coordinates. Full sensor sweep, Captain Chen ordered, leaning forward in her command chair. I want to know what's out there. The response came faster than anyone expected. Lieutenant Patel's augmented eyes widened as her tactical display exploded with information. Massive structure detected, dead ahead. It's bigger than anything we've ever encountered. The main view screen activated, and collective gasps filled the bridge. Floating against the nebula's cosmic canvas was a construct that defied comprehension, a perfect dodecahedron that would dwarf Earth's moon, its surface covered in intricate patterns that shifted like liquid metal. Energy readings are off the charts, Dr. Wong reported, his cybernetic implants struggling to process the data. The structure appears to be powered by some form of quantum fusion we've never seen before. Sarah stood, approaching the view screen. Life signs. None active, Patel responded. But I'm detecting stasis fields. Millions of them. The implications hit Sarah like a physical force. This wasn't just a station or a ship. It was an ark carrying an entire civilization in suspended animation. We're receiving a new transmission, Wilson announced. Same quantum frequency as before. The holographic display materialized, showing a series of complex instructions. Dr. Wong's augmented mind translated them in real time. They're docking procedures. The structure is inviting us inside. Sarah felt the weight of command settle heavily on her shoulders. Standard protocol dictated extreme caution when dealing with unknown alien technology. But they had already come this far, following an alien signal across thousands of light years. Take us in, she ordered, but maintain quantum shields at maximum. One wrong move, and we quantum jump back to Earth immediately. The Prometheus glided forward, its advanced sensors mapping every detail of the massive structure. As they approached, a section of the geometric surface rippled like mercury, forming a perfect docking port that matched their ship's specifications exactly. They knew we were coming, Dr. Rodriguez whispered. They designed this specifically for us. The docking procedure was flawless, as if the Prometheus had been built for this very moment. When the airlock seals engaged, the sound echoed through the ship like destiny knocking. Sarah assembled her away team carefully. Dr. Wong for his technical expertise, Lieutenant Patel for security, Dr. Rodriguez for xenobiology, and Commander Wilson to maintain command continuity. They stepped through the airlock into a corridor that seemed to build itself before their eyes, the liquid metal walls flowing into solid forms as they watched. The entire structure is constructed from programmable matter, Dr. Wong breathed, his implants recording everything. Technology centuries beyond anything we've achieved. They followed the self-constructing corridor deeper into the structure. The air was perfectly breathable, the gravity exactly matched to Earth normal. Everything had been prepared for human visitors. The corridor opened into a vast chamber that stretched beyond sight in all directions. And there, suspended in crystalline stasis pods, were the aliens. Millions of them, each unique, their forms ranging from humanoid to utterly abstract. They're in complete metabolic stasis, Dr. Rodriguez reported, scanning the nearest pod. But these readings, they're not just preserved. They're evolving. Before anyone could respond, the chamber's central platform activated. A holographic interface materialized, displaying symbols that rearranged themselves into English text before their eyes. Welcome, children of Earth. You have proven yourselves worthy by decoding our signal and following our quantum trail. Now, you face a choice that will determine not only your species' fate, but ours as well. The hologram shifted, showing images of a civilization far more advanced than humanity. Cities that spanned galaxies, technology that rewrote the laws of physics, achievements that bordered on godhood. We are the precursors, the text continued. Once we ruled 1,000 galaxies, but we grew too powerful, too quickly. We created something we couldn't control. Now we sleep, waiting for a species with the potential to succeed where we failed. What happened? Sarah asked aloud, knowing the interface would understand. The hologram changed, showing scenes of devastation. Entire galaxies going dark, reality itself unraveling at the edges. We discovered how to manipulate the quantum fabric of existence itself. But in doing so, we awakened something that slumbered in the spaces between realities, something that hungers for consciousness itself. New images appeared, massive, dark shapes that hurt the mind to look at, beings that existed in dimensions beyond human comprehension. We built this ark to preserve our species, seeding the cosmos with signals, waiting for a civilization advanced enough to find us, yet young enough to avoid our mistakes. Your quantum technology is unique, different from our approach. You might succeed where we failed. Sarah felt the weight of history pressing down on her. What do you want from us? A partnership, the text responded. We offer our knowledge, our technology, our very essence. In return, you will help us fight what we awakened. Together, we might find a way to save both our species. And if we refuse, then we remain in stasis, and you return home with the knowledge that what devoured our civilization will eventually find yours as well. The choice must be made now. The quantum barrier holding back the darkness weakens with each passing moment. Sarah looked at her team, seeing the same mix of fear and determination in their eyes that she felt in her heart. Everything humanity had achieved, every step they had taken into the cosmos, had led to this moment. She turned back to the hologram, her voice steady despite the magnitude of her next words. Tell us what we need to do. The chamber hummed with power as ancient machinery awakened. Around them, the first of the stasis pods began to activate, their crystalline surfaces dissolving as their occupants stirred from eons of sleep. The greatest chapter in human history was about to begin, and nothing would ever be the same. The choice. The revival process took hours. Captain Sarah Chen watched as thousands of stasis pods activated in carefully orchestrated waves, each releasing beings that challenged human comprehension. Some were vaguely humanoid, others existed as patterns of pure energy, and some shifted between forms like living quantum equations. Dr. Rodriguez's medical scanners struggled to make sense of their biology. Their cellular structure, if you can call it that, is quantum entangled. They exist simultaneously on multiple dimensional planes. Their technology isn't separate from them, Dr. Wong added, his cybernetic implants processing vast streams of data. They've evolved beyond the distinction between organic and artificial. They are living quantum computers. The first precursor to approach them appeared as a crystalline construct that pulsed with internal light. When it spoke, its thoughts translated directly into their minds. We are the quantum architects, it communicated. Once, we shaped galaxies as you shape stone. Now, we are refugees from our own hubris. The beam projected images into their minds. Vast civilizations spanning multiple galaxies, technologies that treated space-time like clay, achievements that bordered on divinity. But beneath the glory lay a growing shadow. In our quest to understand existence, we pierced the quantum veil separating realities. The architect continued. We discovered that consciousness itself is a cosmic force, one that draws the attention of others. The images shifted, showing darkness between the stars, shapes that hurt to comprehend, entities that existed in dimensions beyond human understanding. The crew felt their augmented systems strain under the cognitive load. These beings consume consciousness, the architect explained. They devour civilizations that reach a certain threshold of quantum awareness. We fought them for millennia, but they cannot be destroyed, only contained. And now the containment is failing, Sarah realized. Yes, but your species offers hope. Your approach to quantum technology is unique, evolved independently from our methods. You might succeed where we failed. Commander Wilson stepped forward. Why should we trust you? This could be an elaborate trap. The architect's crystalline form rippled. Because we offer you a choice. Accept our knowledge, our power, our very essence, or return to Earth knowing what awaits when your civilization inevitably draws their attention. And if we accept? Sarah asked. We merge our quantum consciousness with your biological foundation. Together, we might find a way to defend against the Void Dwellers. But the process is irreversible. Your species will be forever changed. Before Sarah could respond, Lieutenant Patel's augmented senses detected a disturbance. Captain, quantum fluctuations at the barrier's edge. Something's coming through. The massive chamber shuddered as reality itself seemed to tear. Through the breach crawled something that defied description. A writhing mass of void stuff that consumed light and sanity alike. The hunters have found us. The architect's mental voice carried notes of terror. Choose now, humans. Once they begin feeding, all choice will be lost. Sarah watched as the void being consumed entire sections of the station, breaking down matter and consciousness into nothingness. Her crew looked to her, waiting for a decision that would alter the course of human history. In that moment, she saw humanity's possible futures. Accept the precursor's offer, and humanity would leap forward centuries in development, but lose their purely human identity. Refuse, and they would face the Void Dwellers alone, probably suffering the same fate as the precursors. The Void being drew closer, its influence already affecting their quantum systems. Sarah felt her augmentations glitch as reality warped around them. Dr. Wong, she ordered, begin interfacing with their quantum network. Dr. Rodriguez, prepare the crew for biological transformation. Commander Wilson, get back to the Prometheus and establish a quantum link with Earth. They need to know what's coming. And the Void Dwellers? Patil asked, her weapons already proving useless against the approaching horror. Sarah turned to the architect. Show us how to fight them. Not just contain. Fight. Humanity doesn't accept imprisonment, even on a cosmic scale. The architect's form pulsed with what might have been approval. Then let us begin the merger. Your bodies will house our consciousness. Your technology will blend with our quantum mastery. Together, we will become something new. Energy coursed through the chamber as ancient machinery activated. Sarah felt her augmentations tingle as quantum algorithms rewrote her very DNA. Around her, crew members gasped as their bodies began to change, human flesh merging with quantum machinery. Through the pain of transformation, Sarah watched the void being recoil. Something about the merger confused it, disrupted its feeding patterns. Human unpredictability combined with precursor knowledge created something it had never encountered before. This is just the beginning, the architect communicated as its consciousness flowed into their transformed bodies. Together, we will forge a new path among the stars. The void being retreated through its breach as the hybrid consciousness of humanity and precursor technology flared like a newborn star. In orbit, the Prometheus's quantum core pulsed with newfound power as its systems adapted to the transformation of its crew. Sarah felt the weight of galaxies in her transformed mind as the knowledge of eons poured into her consciousness. They would need every bit of it for the war to come. The age of pure humanity was over. The age of quantum ascension had begun. The storm. The void between realities tore open like wet paper. Through the quantum rifts poured an armada of void dwellers, their non-Euclidean forms distorting space itself. The transformed crew of the ESS Prometheus watched through senses that transcended normal human perception as reality buckled under the invasion. Sarah Chen, no longer entirely human, directed the defense with a mind that operated on multiple dimensional planes simultaneously. The precursor knowledge flowing through her quantum-enhanced consciousness showed her possibilities that would have driven her former self mad. Multiple breaches detected, Lieutenant Puddle reported, her body now a synthesis of human flesh and living quantum machinery. They're trying to surround the structure. Deploy the quantum matrices, Sarah ordered, her thoughts rippling through the ship's enhanced systems. The Prometheus's weapons had been modified with precursor technology, each shot carrying carefully crafted packets of consciousness designed to disrupt the Void Dwellers' feeding patterns. Dr. Wong, interfaced directly with the ship's quantum core, orchestrated a symphony of reality-warping energies. The hybrid drives are responding beyond theoretical limits. We're actually hurting them. The Void Dwellers reeled as the first volley struck home. Never before had they encountered prey that could fight back effectively. The merger of human intuition and precursor technology had created weapons that could actually harm entities that existed beyond conventional physics. But the advantage was temporary. The Void Dwellers adapted, their collective intelligence learning from each encounter. They began targeting the quantum links that connected the transformed humans to their precursor knowledge. We're losing containment in sections 12 through 15. Commander Wilson reported from the Prometheus. His consciousness split between the ship and his transformed body. The quantum barrier is failing. Sarah watched as several crew members were cut off from the quantum network. Their bodies, caught between human and precursor form, began to break down. Dr. Rodriguez worked desperately to stabilize them, using her new understanding of quantum biology to prevent total cellular collapse. We need to close those rifts, Sarah realized. As long as they have access to void space, they'll keep coming. The architect's consciousness, now merged with her own, provided an answer. But the cost would be devastating. They would need to create a quantum singularity, one that would seal off this region of space from the void between realities. The power requirements would burn out any human minds controlling it. I'll do it, Dr. Wong volunteered, already moving his consciousness deeper into the quantum core. My cybernetics might buy enough time to complete the sequence. Marcus, no. Sarah protested, but she knew he was right. His unique combination of human augmentation and precursor knowledge made him the only one who could survive long enough to finish the calculations. The Void Dwellers sensed their intention. They concentrated their attack on the Prometheus, reality-warping tentacles trying to tear the ship apart. The transformed crew fought back with everything they had, their hybrid weapons carving chunks out of beings that shouldn't have been vulnerable to physical damage. Dr. Wong's consciousness spread through the quantum network, his humanity dissolving as he became one with the ship's systems. The quantum core began to pulse with impossible energies as he channeled power beyond anything it was designed to handle. Singularity forming in 30 seconds, he announced, his voice now more machine than human. Get clear of the blast radius. Sarah ordered the evacuation of damaged sections, watching as her crew retreated from the advancing Void Dwellers. The beings pressed their advantage, not realizing they were being drawn into position. 10 seconds, Dr. Wong's consciousness was barely recognizable now. It was an honor, Captain. The honor was mine, Sarah replied, feeling her friend's humanity slip away entirely into the quantum machinery. The singularity burst into existence with reality-shattering force. The Void Dwellers screamed in frequencies that existed beyond normal space-time as they were drawn into the quantum maelstrom. The rifts began to close, reality knitting itself back together as the artificial black hole sealed off their access to void space. But the cost was devastating. Dr. Wong's consciousness was gone, absorbed into the quantum machinery that had created the singularity. Dozens of crew members had been lost in the battle, their hybrid forms unable to maintain coherence under the Void Dwellers' assault. The survivors gathered on the Prometheus's bridge, their transformed bodies humming with power they were only beginning to understand. Through their enhanced senses, they could feel the quantum barrier stabilizing, stronger now than it had been in millennia. "We've won a battle," the architect's consciousness whispered through their shared network. "But the war is far from over. The Void Dwellers will find other ways to reach this reality." Sarah looked at her surviving crew, seeing in their altered forms the future of humanity. They were no longer purely human, but they were humanity's best hope for survival in a universe far stranger and more dangerous than they had ever imagined. "Then we'll be ready," she declared, feeling the combined strength of human determination and precursor knowledge flowing through her quantum-enhanced body. "We'll take the fight to them." The Prometheus's hybrid drives powered up, ready to carry them back to Earth. They had to prepare humanity for what was coming. The transformation that had saved their lives would need to be shared with their entire species. The age of innocence was over. The war for reality itself had begun. The Ascension. Earth's orbital defense grid activated as the ESS Prometheus emerged from quantum space. The transformed ship, now a hybrid of human and precursor technology, barely resembled its original form. Its hull rippled with quantum energies, and its very presence distorted local spacetime. "Earth Defense Command, this is Captain Chen," Sarah broadcasted, her consciousness extending through multiple dimensions. "Authentication code Omega-79. Stand down defensive systems." Silence filled the quantum frequencies. Sarah could sense the fear and confusion radiating from the orbital stations as they detected the crew's transformed biosignatures. Finally, a response came. "Prometheus, what happened to you?" The next hours passed in a blur of emergency meetings and classified briefings. Earth's leaders struggled to comprehend the magnitude of what they faced, both the threat of the Void Dwellers and the transformation necessary to fight them. "The choice must be made quickly," Sarah explained to the United Earth Council. Her transformed form shimmered as she projected the memories of their battle. "The Void Dwellers will find another way into our reality. Humanity must evolve or perish." The council chambers erupted in debate. Some called it the end of humanity. Others saw it as transcendence. But the decision was made for them when quantum sensors detected new rifts forming at the edge of the solar system. "Multiple breaches detected," Paddle reported, her hybrid consciousness linked directly to Earth's defense network. "Larger than anything we've encountered. They're learning." Sarah felt the Void Dwellers' hunger echo across dimensions. This time, they had come prepared for resistance. Their non-Euclidean forms had adapted, becoming even more incomprehensible and deadly. "Begin the transformation protocols," she ordered. "Start with military personnel and work outward. Dr. Rodriguez, coordinate with Earth's medical facilities. Commander Wilson, integrate our quantum technology with the defense grid." The transformation of humanity began as the Void Dwellers approached. The process that had changed the Prometheus's crew was refined and streamlined, but it remained painful. Millions screamed as their DNA was rewritten. Their consciousness expanded across quantum frequencies. The first wave of Void Dwellers struck Earth's defenses like a tsunami of unreality. But this time, humanity was ready. Transformed soldiers fought with weapons that hurt the mind to comprehend, while quantum-enhanced scientists worked to seal the dimensional breaches. The architect's consciousness, now spread through a network of human minds, provided guidance. "The rifts, they follow patterns we never saw before. Human intuition combined with our knowledge reveals their weaknesses." Sarah coordinated the defense from the Prometheus, her enhanced mind processing battlefield data from across the solar system. She watched as humanity's transformed forces pushed back against the cosmic horror, using their hybrid nature in ways the precursors had never imagined. The Void Dwellers reeled, confused by the resistance they encountered. Human unpredictability merged with precursor technology, created defensive strategies that defied their ancient hunting patterns. But victory required more than just holding them back. "We need to take the fight to them," Sarah declared. "Push them back to their own dimension and seal it permanently." The plan was insane by any normal standard. They would use Earth's sun as a power source, channeling its energy through the transformed population to create a quantum barrier that would span multiple dimensions. Success would protect not just Earth, but countless other realities from the Void Dwellers' hunger. The Prometheus led the charge, its hybrid drives tearing holes in space-time as they pursued the Void Dwellers back through their own rifts. Behind them, Earth's transformed population joined their consciousness into a vast quantum network, preparing for the final push. Reality itself seemed to hold its breath as Sarah initiated the sequence. Solar energy flooded through the quantum network, channeled through billions of hybrid minds. The Void Dwellers screamed as barriers of pure consciousness began to form around their dimension. Now, Sarah commanded, and humanity's combined will slam the dimensional doors shut. The quantum barrier crystallized across multiple planes of reality, powered by the merged consciousness of an entire transformed species. The Void Dwellers were sealed away, trapped in their own dimension by defenses they could never break. But humanity would never be the same. The transformation that had saved them had also elevated them to something new, a species that existed simultaneously in normal space and quantum dimensions. Sarah stood on the Prometheus's observation deck, watching Earth through senses that transcended normal vision. The cradle of humanity glowed with quantum energy as her species took its first steps into a larger universe. "We did it," she whispered to the architect's consciousness that still flowed through her transformed mind. "No," the ancient being replied. "You did it. We gave you knowledge, but humanity's unique nature made victory possible. Now, the real journey begins." The ESF Prometheus turned its bow toward deep space. There were other civilizations out there, other species approaching the quantum threshold that would draw the Void Dwellers' attention. Humanity had a new purpose: to find them, warn them, and offer them the same choice that had led to their own transcendence. The ship's hybrid drives powered up, reality bending around its quantum-enhanced hull. Humanity's greatest adventure was just beginning.